Our first guest is an expert in sub-Saharan African energy markets and overall SME development on the continent. In this interview, Victoria Sabula, the CEO of Africa Enterprise Challenge, shares with us the role of SMEs in the energy transition and what's holding them back from reaching their full potential.
Finance, access to finance is not only a challenge, it actually is the biggest challenge that SMEs face as they seek to present private sector benefits to the communities that require those services and goods in this time. At the AECF, we specifically work to support high-risk, innovative, early-stage and growth-stage businesses who have the capacity to scale, to really drive the impact that we want to see. But for the reason of their stage of growth and the innovations and being at the untested level, they require patient capital, and the commercial financiers are still hesitant to bank on them because the commercial financiers are looking at financial returns at market rate. So we make patient capital available in the form of grants and repayable grants, really using public funding to de-risk for private sector innovations.
Right, and as the SMEs or those within the small and medium enterprises and the specific pool that you just mentioned earlier wait for this kind of support from you, I'm sure that as an organization you also have expectations from them. What is it that you feel is the gap from their end in terms of what they also need to do in order to meet in the middle, towards attaining this very huge responsibility that we have for future generations?
I really like the question because oftentimes conversations in a setting like this is, how do we support more SMEs? Yeah. What can the government do? What can the financiers do? But indeed, it is important for us to actually ask, how about the SMEs? You see, financiers, investors are looking for SMEs that have clear strategies for growth, that have great human capital within them, that actually can be able to drive that strategy, that have clarified their market and understand their market, have operations architecture and systems that will support for the deploying of this capital that these SMEs are looking for. The entrepreneur must be able to give confidence to investors that their money will be returned, that the impact that is being sought and the growth that is being sought will be realized. So the SMEs must be able to also scan the market, understand the opportunities that are available from different financials, different investors, and then style themselves to be able to absorb this capital. And there are a lot of accelerator programs, technical assistance programs that have now been made available by development partners. And they just need to get out there and get to understand, especially from just the SME supporting bodies within their countries, to get to see how they can build capacity on matters strategy, matters operation, matters capital raising, matters human capital, so that when the finance is made available, they don't say it is exclusive. Yeah. They actually say, I'm ready to take on the money.
Some of them would say it's easier said than done. They would feel, a lot of them have always felt that, there are a lot of bottlenecks, there are a lot of requirements required for them to be able to achieve the threshold needed to be able to access this financing. What sort of way would you be able to say that is contrary to that kind of a feeling, that kind of perception that at the end of the day, this funding will only go to the big boys and the big girls?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I will answer that question from this angle. Mm-hmm. Indeed, some of the capital that is available in the space is exclusive. It does exclude the locally owned SMEs and the smaller enterprises, especially. So you will find that the investors, most of the time, are actually coming from Western countries. So there is need for investors to be a little flexible, to appreciate better the strengths of our locally owned SMEs. They understand the market, they understand the local economy, they understand the nooks and crooks of navigating, of the market and how to navigate that particular market. The terms and conditions that really come with some of this capital can really be stringent. You know, how much turnover, do you have? What collateral can you be able to offer? Now go and tell a woman-owned business to give you collateral. And you find that in a number of sub-Saharan countries, women actually do not own property. The smaller businesses then continually are left to rely on family and friends to be able to get, money, because the capital that has been mobilized by the debt funds or the financial institutions demand for more than what the local SME can be able to present.